Yo, what is up, YouTube? Yo, the developer update with all the perk buffs and nerfs just came out. Let's read these shits. We've been waiting for these for so long. Let's see how behavior did. All right, first, before there's any perks, it's just a straight progressive system. Collecting all the perks has been an important goal for many players. However, since both the number of perks and characters are constantly increasing, the grind expands at an exponential rate with every new chapter, yada, yada, yada. To address this, we're completely overhauling the way perks are earned, adding new rewards and making completion easier than ever before. Okay. In order to unlock all the new perks on every character by the time the next chapter releases, you would need to play an estimated 4.1 hours every day. With this system, that decreases an average of 1.01 hours each day. That's not even factoring in blood point bonuses from events, perks, and offerings. So in other words, this is the single largest reduction to the grind we made, cutting it by roughly 75%. That is crazy. So then now unlocking perks, the teachable rarity is no more. Now perks are tied directly to prestige. Prestige in the character for the first time will instantly unlock the tier 1 versions of their unique perk for all other killers or survivors, making them immediately available for use without ever opening the blood web. Sheesh. Prestige in the character for the second and third time will unlock the tier 2 and 3 versions of their unique perks. All right, that's pretty good. Alternatively, higher tier versions of their perks will appear randomly in blood webs once the first tier has been unlocked. Okay, that's good. Okay, oh my god, there's so much shit in this. Okay, no more resets. Prestige has always been a bit of the dilemma. Do you want to give up everything for bragging rights, or do you keep what you have to minimize the grind? So now prestige in a character will no longer remove their perks, items, add-ons, or offerings. Perk slots will also remain after prestiging. Oh my fucking god, that is nuts. And then there's also endless prestige. So reaching prestige 4, 5, and 6 now will now award the character's bloody prestige cosmetics. Okay. For the completionist, prestige levels 7, 8, and 9 will each grant the character's unique perks as a charm. Ooh. And now once the trial is over, the prestige level will now be shown in the space previously occupied by the grades. Those who spend millions of blood point stockpile and add-ons for your favorite characters will now have a way of showcasing your hard work to the world. Okay. And then they show a nice little picture of it too. Okay, so right where the grades were. So they just are, they're not getting rid of grades, they're just not showing them in the end game anymore. Okay. All right, now getting into the shrine. Unlike before, where the shrine will offer teachable perks that needed to be found in blood webs, the shrine will now allow you to purchase perks directly. Purchasing a perk through the shrine will make a tier 1 version of it immediately available on all killers or survivors, much like prestige. Ooh. Then the rest of the tiers of the perks will start appearing in your blood webs. You can also purchase a perk again to increase its tier. This works seamlessly with the new prestige system, as purchasing a perk you've already unlocked through prestige will increase its tier. Oh my god, there's so much shit in this. This is the first time I've been excited for like a big thing that behavior's doing since like the fucking snowman, not gonna lie. So transition to the new system with people spending hundreds if not thousands of hours playing Dead by Daylight. If you left all your characters at level 50 and focus on unlocking their perks, your work won't be for nothing. You'll keep all the stuff that you already unlocked on all your characters so far, and those who reach prestige 3 before the update will receive a special prestige icon to recognize their achievements and commemorate the perks and add-ons they lost in the process. Jesus Christ, so much shit. And they're also adding matchmaking incentives. So basically, there'll just be a bonus for survivors and killers depending on what the server needs. There's less killers. There'll be incentive to play killer and earn more blood points, and the same goes for survivors. Then the gameplay updates, they just talk about like the MMR and basically just trying to make every game fun and basically get rid of the meta. So that's what's going to be coming later down when they're talking about each perk and how they're buffing and nerfing them. All right, generator speeds. Coming from a survivor main, this is fucking nuts, because sometimes the gens and all the gen perks, what do we say during the stream? Just gen perks, gen perks, gen perks, gen perks. So this is going to be good to read. We have increased the time it takes to power a generator from 90 seconds up from 80 seconds. So 10 more seconds, that's not too bad. And second, kicking a generator will now instantly remove 2.5 of the maximum progress. Jesus fucking Christ. This is not what I was expecting. With these two changes, we hope to reduce the reliance on passive slowdown mechanics and promote increased interaction between killers and survivors. Okay, I see what they're doing a little bit. I see what they're doing. I'm not gonna knock it just coming from a survivor main. I see what they're doing. All right, from the general several killer improvements. They basically just gave killers like fire up, reducing the time it takes from breaking walls and pallets. They made it a little faster. And then and also they gave them like unrelenting, like they reduced the cooldown for successful basic attacks. And they tweak Bloodlust to increase in power quicker than before. In most cases, Bloodlust doesn't activate. And then finally, they gave Bloodlust a buff. So they're adjusting the Bloodlust tiers to activate after 15, 25, and 35 seconds in chase, rather than 15, 30, and 45. And they say, though the slight, these changes affect every killer and can have ramifications on the game. We will be watching closely to ensure nothing gets out of hand. Hopefully in that PTB next week, when all these come like live, we'll see if that fucking Bloodlust change is crazy. Camping and tunneling. On the survivor side, there is a clear preference for perks that grant a second chance, like Borrowed Time, Decisive Strike, and Dead Hard. Y'all know that's true. We don't even, let's skim through this one right now. So moving forward, survivors will be able to receive a 5-second endurance effect after being unhooked. This gives the unhooked survivor an opportunity to reach a nearby window or pallet or another survivor to position themselves for a protection hit. That's automatic. Additionally, the unhooked survivor will now receive a 7% haste effect for 5 seconds. This will make it harder to catch and encourage killers to shift focus to unhooking survivor. Jesus. Both effects will be canceled with this new way they're calling basically any action. Opening the gate, unhooking, sabotaging, cleansing, or blessing, healing yourself, or repairing a generator. Those are all under one action now. So if you do any of those actions, all of those things go away. I really feel like that's going to help the tunneling a little bit, but I don't know. Some of these killers, if they're determined, they're determined. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They're going to wait that out. They might even hit you and chase you with that status effect. They don't give a fuck. They're just going to do it no matter what. Killer meta perks. All right, so for barbecue and chili, I'm not going to read the entire thing. I'm just going to read basically the gist of it. So basically with barbecue and chili, they're just removing the blood point bonus, and they believe that removing that will make killers really not rock it just for that. And so they're making basically splitting the effects of barbecue and chili. All right, for ruin, the change is they're gonna bring ruin in line with other perks, so they're reducing the regression speed from 50, 75 to 100, from 100, 150, and 200. Sheesh. So they're gonna reduce the power a little bit without like completely just killing the perk. All right, pop goes the weasel. So for pop, since they're already changing it, that kicking a generator now removes 2.5 of its progress. This perk will now only remove 20% of the generator's current progress. So basically make it way better against gens that are already like really close to getting done, and weaker against the ones that are just started. So for corrupt intervention, the perk will now deactivate once a survivor enters the dying state. Sheesh. So if you get an early down, basically you just lost one of your perks. That's actually kind of nuts. But they're trying to ensure that the killer is able to get some early game pressure. So I kind of see what they're doing there. That's fucking huge. Tinker can now only activate once per generator, with the base charges increased to 90. Killers will have an extra time to approach. So Tinker lasts longer, but it only procs once per generator. Jeez. So for NOAD, what they're going to do is survivors will see the Hex Totem's aura within 4 meters upon activation, and this range can increase to 24 meters over the course of 30 seconds. So they're trying to keep NOAD as a good choice for in-game builds, but they want to encourage survivors to do more totems. All right, this is a big one. The Scourge Hook fucking pain fucking gen perk that we all hate. So with this one, they're removing the loud noise notification. Instead of exploding, the affected generator will now spark upon losing progress, and the survivor will no longer scream. So it still has all its effects, which is kind of whatever, but it just won't give them that much information. All right, now to the survivor meta perks. This is gonna fucking hurt me so much, bro. First is the big one, Dead Hard. So Dead Hard now will provide the endurance effect for 1 second when activated. When you time it right, you will prevent the hit and gain movement speed. So now you can't Dead Hard for distance. You can only really Dead Hard to avoid attacks. So they took away basically just one of the biggest uses for Dead Hard, which is going for distance, and kept it for just getting hit. And we took a bunch of guesses on what the change for Dead Hard was going to be, and nobody said that shit. All right, so for Decisive Strike, it will now deactivate once the exit gates are powered. In addition, the stun duration has been reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and any of those actions that I talked about earlier will deactivate the perk. Jeez. All right, now borrowed time will now extend the duration of the endurance effect by 6, 8, and 10 seconds, and increase the movement speed bonus duration by 10 seconds. So that's going to be good with the new changes that they're making, basically making borrowed time base kit. All right, so for Iron Will, since it was being used so much, they're lowering the grunts of pain reduction to 25, 50, and 75. And Iron Will is no longer active when exhausted, though it will not cause the exhaustion itself. Jeez. So for self-care, they're reducing the healing speed from 25, 30, and 35. And the item bonus, like the item efficiency bonus, we use it with a mech, it's just completely gone now. All right, Spawn Chill will now only activate if the killer has a clear line of sight of the survivor. So this will get away of that weird, awkward counterplay when the killer must look away to ensure a stealthy approach. And they're going to add a lingering effect to it so that basically you get more value out of the action speed bonus. And they're going to remove the Volt speed bonus entirely. Jesus, Volt build is dead. Thank you, A-Run, man. All right, and these are the non-meta perk changes. So Overcharge will cause a kick generator's regression speed to grow from 100% to 400% over the course of 30 seconds. Survivors will want to stop this generator from regressing as soon as possible. So Eruption, they have upped the generator's regression penalty to 10 seconds and the duration of the incapacitated effect to 15, 20, and 25 seconds. Knockout, for those of you that like to leave survivors on the ground, can have a little more peace of mind. In addition to its current effect, Knockout will cause the dying survivors to crawl 50% slower for 15 seconds and reduce the recovery speed by 25. I really hope Knockout doesn't become like super like meta now. All right, Chlorophobia, to make healing in the killer's terror radius even more unappealing, Chlorophobia will now increase the speed of skill checks by 50% on top of its current effects. All right, Dark Devotion will now activate whenever the obsession loses a health state. Sheesh. So they're basically gonna make it a lot easier to get. So now for Jolt, J-Omega-Lol LT, they are just removing the cooldown from it. What is that? All right, Lethal Pursuer will now extend the duration of all aura reading effects by 2 seconds. All right, Scourge Hook, Gift of Pain. This perk also shipped with safer numbers, so we'll be increasing the action speed penalty to 10, 13, and 16 seconds. Thanatophobia, please nerf this shit, please. I think they're gonna buff it, but they need to nerf it. Every fucking Legion uses this shit. They're increasing the action speed penalty to 4.5, 5, and 5.5 per survivor for a maximum of 18, 20, and 22. Bro, forever Legion, no. All right, Scourge Hook, Monstrous Shrine. They made Monster Shrine a Scourge Hook. This perk will now convert all basement hooks to Scourge Hooks. Additionally, Scourge Hooks will now grant 10, 15, 20% faster entity progression, but only if the killer is not within 24 meters. That is kind of crazy. I cannot wait to see how that one actually plays out. And last but certainly not least, the Survivor perk buffs. So Calm Spirit is going to keep all its effects, and now you open chests, cleanse, and bless totems silently. 40, 35, and 30 reduced speed. Sheesh. So for Saboteur, now Scourge Hook's auras will be in yellow, so those will be the ones you kind of want to go for so that the killer won't get any value out of whatever their Scourge perk is. Botany just got a crazy buff. It increases the healing speed efficiency by 30, 40, and 50 up to 11, 22, and 35. That is fucking nuts. Medkit Botany is gonna be a thing now. Now, off the record, this one's actually kind of nuts. Upon being unhooked, gain the endurance status effect for 60, 70, and 80 seconds. Now, if you do any of those actions that I talked about before, it's gone. You do anything basically to progress the game or progress yourself, it's over. So they really want to make off the record to stay away from killers after you're being unhooked, basically. So for Lucky Break, they're giving survivors a way to recharge. So at the end of each second spent healing another survivor increases Lucky Break's duration by 1 second. The total time cannot exceed the starting duration. Ooh, okay, that's not bad at all. So now for Pharmacy, you'll activate whenever you're injured, guaranteeing an emergency medkit when you search a chest. This effect can happen multiple times in one trial. Oh my God, multiple times in one trial is kind of huge. All right, Soul Survivor. In addition to hiding your aura, Soul Survivor will now increase your generator repair speed by 75% and your exit gate and hatch action speeds to 50%. And these effects are only active when you're the last survivor standing. So these are going to be good for those people whose teammates usually die out super quick and always are like the last one standing, basically Soul Survivor. They added a way to regain distortion tokens. Gain 1 token for every 30 seconds spent within the killer's terror radius. So lightweight will make you harder to track. Your scratch marks will also fade 5, 4, and 3 seconds sooner, up to 3, 2, and 1. Lightweight's basically, lightweights might like basically simulate like you not having scratch marks or just being all over the place. That's actually going to be really, really huge. Deja Vu will now grant a 5% repair speed bonus to the revealed generators. That's, bro, so much shit, so much like generator speed, so much like movement speed. There's so much shit going on in all these perks. I'm actually super excited for every single one of these changes. No One Left Behind will now grant a 7% movement speed bonus to any survivors when you unhook them. Additionally, the perk now activates when the gates are powered rather than open. Okay. So Dark Sense, the next time the killer comes within 24 meters of you, the aura is revealed for 5, 7, 10 seconds. Dark Sense then deactivates after that. So Tenacity, everything staying the same, but they're adding, it reduces your grunts of pain by 75% when in a dying state. Combined with the increase in crawling speed, this perk will now be much more effective in crawling away from the killer. That's not bad with the new knockout, the knockout buff. So hope they just remove the duration entirely. So you, at the end of the game, you're just gonna have unlimited hope, and that's gonna come in a really clutch for like some situations. Overzealous, cleansing a totem grants you a repair speed bonus of 6, 7, and 8%. Now that bonus doubles if you cleanse a hex totem. That's kind of huge right there. So we're gonna live forever. This change will release at the same time as the progression overhaul, which is expected to cut the grind by 75%. With matchmaking incentives providing an additional avenue for blood points, they're just taking away all the blood point bonuses from We're Gonna Live Forever, basically. And that sucks because a lot of my friends like to rock that perk for their blood points, but now you just won't need it. Now, I'm so excited for every single one of these. Like, this is gonna completely switch how Dead by Daylight's played. Like, the metas are gonna change. You're gonna have to figure out what the new, like, strongest builds are, what perks will go together, what perks are gonna give you the most value. There's gonna be a lot more, like, just different builds out there. I've been saying this in my stream for a while. Make sure you guys go follow the stream. Is Tony the Duff. It's literally link in the description below. But I've been saying this on my stream. I'm really excited for this because DBD was getting so stale, so boring, same shit. And now, like, there's just a lot more shit to figure out. And now it's gonna give the game a breath of fresh air. Now I got a lot of shit to go do. I literally made this video just because this shit is fucking crazy and I needed to get some content out there for it. But if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a sub, and hit the bell to be notified whenever I drop another video. Also, don't forget to go follow the Twitch. We literally stream on there all the fucking time. Please go follow it, like literally like right now. But that's gonna be it from me. I'm Tony, and I'm out.